Today, to start off my channel, I am going to be speaking about a somewhat controversial topic. This message is basically not even really a message, it's more of me telling Xbox what's up. So, Xbox, Microsoft, we need to have a little chat. See, you guys want players to buy your games. Understandable. But you're also wondering why your player base is leaving to go over to other consoles such as PlayStation, PC, Nintendo, and even going back to older systems like Sega Dreamcast and all these other, older consoles. And there's a reason for that. And the reason for that is because you guys are failing now more than ever. See, as gamers, we want an experience when it comes to gaming. Take a game like, say No Man's Sky. Okay? Yeah, it's gonna be fun for a while. Don't get me wrong, it will be fun for a while for certain people. But after a while, dude, we get bored of it. Now, you take a game like, say, one of my personal favorite games, Tokyo Extreme Racer for Sega Dreamcast, which I do still play to this very day. Completely different experience. Or better yet, take the most famous Final Fantasy of all, Final Fantasy VII for PlayStation 1. Hands down, one of my personal favorite Final Fantasy games ever in existence. But with those games, you get an experience. And those games make us want to play those games again. Because there's so much that we can get out of it. But you guys are over here saying, oh, we're launching the newest console. As gamers, I can say this. We don't want new consoles. We want better games. We want games that are actually finished and not half-assed. We don't want games that are, half done when you release them, and you got to do updates for them, and then we got to wait a year and a half for the updates. Prime example, and this is one of the most infamous examples of all. Now, don't get me wrong, I love this game entirely. It's personally one of my favorite games of all time. But take the game Cyberpunk 2077. That game, when y'all released it, it was trash. It was unfinished. There were glitches out the ass. And you wonder why nobody bought that game right off rip hardly? It's because it was an unfinished game. It was terrible. It was unfinished. Which honestly, I'm surprised you guys didn't rip it off the shelves and just, scrap it. Which, not saying that, I'm honestly glad that you didn't do that. Because I did wait about a year and a half, 2 years, until y'all fixed the bugs. And then I went in and purchased the game. Which, don't get me wrong, I am glad I did. I am very glad that I got Cyberpunk 2077. I even got the 3 postcards right there up on my wall. Don't know if y'all can see them right there, but I got the 3 postcards right there on the wall. As y'all can see. So yes, I absolutely love the Cyberpunk 2077 game. But I make an example out of that game for this reason. Cyberpunk 2077, when it first released, is a prime example of what not to do with the game. That is one thing you don't do. Me, yes, I've created demos and I've released demos to friends of games that I've made, and they absolutely love the demos. Now, did stuff happen to my software that I was using and my gear that I was using? Unfortunately, yes, because I made those games on older computers, therefore the computers gave out and I unfortunately was not able to complete those games. But my friends enjoyed them. They saw that there was something real there. They enjoyed it. It was a complete demo and they loved it. Now, see, I can understand if y'all released a demo of a game on disc to be like, hey, here's the demo of, Cyberpunk 2077. It's not finished yet. We're still in production, but here's a demo to test out what it's going to be like. We're going to give you, say, the entire map to run around on and, give you 5 different missions, in a certain area or whatever. That's fine. That would be a great demo. Give people a chance to explore, say like 3 or 4 different areas throughout Cyberpunk and, give us like, say, 4 or 5 missions and, really let us really take in what the game would have been like before launch. And as we're taking that in and soaking it in, you guys could be fixing the game. You guys could have been doing so much to it. But yet, you release unfinished piles of garbage every year. Every year. And it's bad. And yes, I'm looking at you, Bethesda, and yes, I'm also looking at you, Ubisoft. And you, EA, especially you, EA. You guys are terrible. But you're terrible in a different way. But like I said, to Microsoft, you guys wonder why people are going over to PC and the other consoles? It's because you guys are fucking up. You guys have basically stopped listening to what us gamers want out of a game and out of a console. Back in the day, with the original Xbox, the Xbox 360, those were amazing. Like, those were beautiful games. Like, dude, I remember playing Split Second on the 360. I remember playing the racing game Pure on the 360, which is one of my favorite games. I remember playing one of my all-time favorite motocross games on the 360, which is MX-ATV Reflex. Hands down, one of the best racing games made on the 360 outside of, the franchises like Forza Horizon 1 and stuff like that. But the fact that you guys are dropping the ball this fucking badly, bro, you gotta get your shit together. Like, for real, you gotta get your shit together, man. And do you really think that the fans are going to let you guys forget about how you tried to pay off the IRS to get away with a crime just so you can continue to do what you're doing? Your shit's going to get dug up. And it's going to be bad. When it does come to light and more people start digging in on it again and bringing it back up, it's going to be bad. So Microsoft, here's what I'm suggesting you do. And this is coming from a gamer that does gaming content. This is coming from somebody that's been doing gaming content since freaking YouTube came around. Start listening to your player base. Stop focusing on, oh, we want TV, we want all this in one. The players want all this. They don't want games, they want mixed media bullshit. No, we don't want that. We want games on disc, you know, like this. We want games on disc. And yes, I know this is a Nintendo GameCube disc, but who gives a shit? But point being, we want games like this right here that we can physically own. And once we have it, we have it. And we don't have to worry about being online all the time. That's why consoles like PlayStation and PC are beating you guys out by a long shot. That's why Nintendo is curb stomping the shit out of you guys right now. Because they actually listen to their player base. Nintendo allows us to buy physical copies of games, and we get to keep those games. And we don't have to be online to play said games. Does it make it more fun? Yes. But stop with this whole, oh, you need to be online all the time bullshit. That is garbage, dude. Those of us that, have internet issues, we can't be online all the time. Like, dude, you guys were doing so good with the Xbox and the Xbox 360 because you didn't necessarily have to be online all the time. Did it make it more fun? Yeah. But you didn't have to be online to play a good game. One of my personal favorite games, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 for the 360. You had the campaign mode that you can play completely offline, and you had a few other modes. And then if you wanted to play online with your friends, you could do so. Go back to that formula where we have physical games and we don't need to be online to play them, and we have physical discs. This shit you guys are doing is fucking stupid. It's asinine. Like the fact that you think that we want all digital? Nah, fuck all digital, man. Those of us that have been around the block, we want physical discs that we can keep, that we can trade with our friends and have fun again. So Xbox, cut the bullshit and go back to the beginning. Start over. Bring back the classic ways.